This is a scary looking tool. The Hookaroon. Man's best friend. One of the most important tools in the woodyard. What is up, guys? You're watching Upstate Maverick and my name is Nick. Today we're going to talk about the Hookaroon, Pickaroon, whatever you want to call it. Basically the same tool, but this is one of my favorite tools when I am doing firewood. As you can see here, I'm working on cutting up a huge log deck of logs and getting ready for next year's bundlewood season. This Hookaroon has been absolutely instrumental to me saving my back and getting a lot of work done. I wanted to do a video 2 days ago about how great of a tool this is and how important this has been to me, and things kind of took a turn for the worse. So let me roll the footage and I'll show you what happened, and then we'll talk about it. So if you're one of the few to catch the video, I was doing a YouTube live stream of me just finishing cutting up this log pile, and I ended up swinging this Hookaroon. It glanced off around and went right into the side of my foot. Went straight through my boot, straight into my foot. So now this video has turned more into a safety talk instead of a video of me adoring a tool. I do love this tool, and I will probably make a separate video talking about how useful this is and just kind of the philosophy of how you can use it to save your back when you're working on firewood. But I'm working out here in this wood yard. There are neighbors right there, but I'm more or less alone. They're Amish. They're not going to rush me to the hospital in their horse and buggy, if you know what I mean. I'm out here running chainsaws, using pointy tools, axes, splitters, mauls, all by myself. I do always wear my chaps. I'm wearing steel toe boots. And I try to be as safe as I can. But that specific day, I got out here at like 6:45. It was really cold. It was like the first day that we had frost. It was 32 degrees out. And I was just working all day. And I was like, you know what? Let me do a live stream for the last like hour of me bucking up the logs. There isn't many logs left, and I figured, well, it'd be fun to just roll a video and get some comment and see what everybody's up to. And so I start, half my brain's now thinking about, oh, the camera's rolling. So you're just kind of thinking about that. And I'm running the chainsaw, and then I set the chainsaw down so I can move rounds out of the way. And I'm just going through. But it's like 4 o'clock now. So, it's been a whole full day of me running a chainsaw, and which is not something I do all day. I'm not an arborist. I'm not a log feller. I'm not a timber cutter, whatever, So it's hard work, and I'm not used to it to that degree. So I'm getting tired, getting fatigued. And you just get careless. You get carried away, and you start doing things that are not, you're not just doing things the safest, most perfect way. And I just got carried away, and I, swung it down. I'll roll the footage again. I swung it down, it popped off a log, and it just went right into my boot. And the first initial thought was, ow. It felt like I dropped something heavy or just hit myself in the foot with like a hammer type feeling. But it hurt, right? And I was like, let me shut this camera off. So you see me kind of quickly run to the camera and shut the camera off. And then I look down and I'm like, yeah, that went right through my boot. So now I'm like, this thing is hard steel that's made to sink 2-3 inches into a round. What did it do to the bone in my foot? So we went to the emergency room. We were there for like 4 hours. They cleaned the wound. Thankfully, the x-ray showed no broken bones. Otherwise, you wouldn't see me walking around here. But I did get some stitches. They had to clean it out real good. And it's just kind of like a reminder that this stuff's fun, but it's like you can seriously get hurt, seriously get messed up. And it takes one thing, like messing up your feet is like the worst thing. So it just takes one stupid little mistake and you can ruin your life, really. I mean, one mistake with a chainsaw, and of all the things I'm using, right, this is a scary looking tool. That thing going into your foot's not fun, and it still hurts, obviously. But of all the other tools I was using, chainsaw, splitters, this is the least thing. This is the least big of a deal to go into my foot, and it still sucks, right? So it's just kind of a reminder to wear your PPE. It's a good idea to wear your hard hat, your safety glasses. You get stuff in your eye, cut a finger, any of that stuff. It's not worth it. you know, we all love this. Some of us do this as a full-time job, but a lot of these guys like doing firewood just as a hobby, and it's dangerous. You have to keep that in mind. And I could have crippled myself for life. Who knows? You know, this thing could have went right through the bone in my foot, destroyed a tendon, a ligament, anything in my ankle. Who knows? This could have completely crippled me for life just from one careless mishap with the tool. And that goes for everything, right? You're driving the car down the road, could be the most dangerous thing you do all day. But just keep in mind, keep careful when you're doing this stuff, because it is not a joke. I'm not calling him out, but there's a kid that I really like watching. He's been just kind of coming up on YouTube and really getting started, Tucker's Timbers, and I watch him splitting wood with a splitting axe in sneakers, and I'm just like cringing because I'm just waiting for one of those to just go right into his toe. And now it's happened to me. You know, I've been, knock on wood, very lucky, very fortunate to never hit myself with a chainsaw, never have any of those issues, but I do always still wear the chaps. And it kind of makes me now, when I am running the chainsaw, want to have like a IFAC, some kind of tourniquet or blood sponges and that kind of stuff with me at all times, because I'm here alone, and one little cut on the artery or one mistake, one slip and trip on the bar, it could be over. If you don't have time or, you know, the right thing to stop the bleed, you're going to be in serious trouble. So kind of not a normal video I make, but just kind of something that's on my mind is I just stuck this thing in my foot. You know, we would have had a video up a couple days ago if I hadn't done that, and this just you know, it's a setback, and I wanted to get all this wood done before November, and you know, maybe it'll still happen, but I'm just a lot slower moving. It doesn't feel good. I'm, you know, can't walk around as much. I'm not as mobile, so all it takes is one. I'm glad everything's okay. Yeah, but if you caught the live stream and saw it, maybe leave a comment down below, let me know you were there. And I don't even know if anybody would have noticed that it happened so quick, but that's kind of it. I'll show you a quick tour of the wood yard just since we're here, we're making a video, but just wanted to kind of talk about that. This beautiful Hookaroon, yeah, went right through my foot. Just 3 stitches, thankfully. So let's check out the wood yard. On a bit of a more upbeat tone, you can probably tell I'm walking with a limp because the phone's bouncing up and down, but we got a ton of rounds here still. Not many logs left. The ugly bin filling up pretty good. It's slow going though, let me tell you. And then here's all of our bundle grade wood. So if this was full, you'd have 2 2/3 cord. So pretty much one more wagon full, one of these wagons full, we'll fill this in, and then we'll start the next row of pallets there. But we've had a lot of uglies. It's probably at least a cord there of ugly wood, and then quite a bit of rounds that need to get split up, and we're still digging into the logs. So I think what we're going to do is the next load of logs we get, we're going to try to run them this way. It'll be a lot easier for me to fill up this direction. I'll probably move that temporary shelter if I need to. One of the things is I've been borrowing this enclosed trailer, and I got to return it this week, so that's going to kind of really hurt my flow here, because I'm going to have to keep the chainsaws and everything way back up there in my shed, which actually you can't even see. It's on the other side of that shed. We're going to have to keep it all back over there, so all the tools have to get put away. We'll just keep the splitter here, but that'll be it. Anyways, I know this isn't really the most exciting video, but just wanted to come on here and talk about the injury. I'm still walking around, I'm still getting around, but appreciate you guys watching. I do have a couple other tools I want to review that I just picked up and were really useful this past weekend, so be on the lookout for that. That'll be coming out probably in the next week or so. Thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.